Chandan Rai,
Thank you,
Department
sir.
of Political Science from the side of Malda College. Thanks, and I hand over. Welcome to Chandan Rai.
Uh, thank you, Dr. Onil Kumar Bishya sir, and thank you, Dr. Tilottama Mukherjee ma'am, to conduct this session. And as we have already late, so now we are going to start the technical session number 5, which was scheduled for 5:30 to 6:30. So that's why we have already 1 hour and 15 minutes late. And may I now request Dr. Kaushik Ghosh, Assistant Professor, Department of Political Science, Bakura University, to take the responsibility of the session and conduct the session. Before going to hand over the session, I like to introduce Dr. Kaushik Ghosh. Dr. Kaushik Ghosh, Assistant Professor, Department of Political Science, Bakura University. He has completed his Master and PhD from North Bengal University. His research interests are in India and social science. He has published a good number of articles and papers in reputed and peer-reviewed journal. He also has published number of books, chapter in edited books. He has delivered as an invited speaker and conducted technical person. Now he is the teacher in charge, Department of Political Science, Bakura University. And I will assist him to conduct this session. And in this technical session, we have 9 paper presenters, allotted only 1 hour. So may I request Dr. Kaushik Ghosh, please conduct the session and take the charge.
At first, I'd like to thank principals of these 2 colleges, faculty members of the Department of Political Science and other departments also, and non-teaching staff. And as we are lagging 1 hour 15 minutes, without wasting any time, I just call our first speaker, Ms. Ilora Sharma, State Aided College Teacher, History, Chonada College, West Bengal. Our paper is A Journey to Parliament, the story of Maya Devi Chhetri, the first Gorkha women parliamentarian. Ms. Ilora, please start.
Okay, good evening. The title of my paper is A Journey to Parliament, a story of Mahadevi Chetarian. The focus of my paper will be on the struggle and obstacles, her involvement in the fraternity, and her political achievement in a gist. Before going in the background of the Hill Society during the early decade of the 20th century, the society of Darjeeling Hill was backward than the rest of India, and the people were not Darjeeling Hill was not much affected by the freedom movement and the education and the reform established by Christian missionaries, but those schools were only for the children of the European officers. It was with the advent of Gandhiji in the freedom movement, some people from the hills of Darjeeling became aware of the political rights and the freedom movement of Gorkha League, the regional political party in 1943, that the people of Darjeeling Hill became politically conscious. So to start with Maya Devi's journey, she was married at a very school in Kursiang. Then marriage was quite common in the Hill society. Imparting education to the girl child was books before she got married. It was interesting to note here that it was only encouraged by her husband to study. Husband gave her, and even after the birth of her first child, she continued with her studies. She, along with her husband, took active part in social activities and was organizations in Kursiang, the hills of Darjeeling, with the spirit.
Speaker is Mr. Prosenjit Shil, ex-student political science, Assam University, Silchar. His title of paper is Naxalbari Movement, a study on women's active participation in Bengal. Mr. Prosenjit Shil, are you present?
Yes, sir. Am I audible?
Mr. Prosenjit Shil, are you present?
Yes, sir. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, you are audible. Please present your paper.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Please, Mr. Shil.
Okay, sir. Okay. Very good evening, all of you. The title of my paper is Active Participation in Bengal. I have divided my papers into 3 parts. The first part is introductory part, second part is main part, and third part is concluding part. Introductory part. To know the workers and others of Naxalbari village. They started an armed struggle against the local landlords in 1967, 27th May. As a result, this armed struggle was known as Naxalbari uprising. Some other major causes behind this movement poor access to health, food insecurity, cultural humiliation, multifaceted forms of exploitation, and social poverty as well. When she refused to abide by the party directive, the line of alienation of conscience from the beginning by her participation in the local communist movement and organized local women to prevent the police from entering. And last one, Lila Kisan, a negative tribal woman, talks about her in women. Women are now fighting for above said reasons, but it should know that when the fighting is over.
Also invite the people-friendly administration we know. My present study is the conducting and participation of women in the governance. The study examining the extent the participation of elected women, mainly presentation and their contribution to the field of 35 and above years, but they do not play an active role in this decision-making process. The people of the age group, these educated women, they are not interested to participate to the local administration. Only marginalized women, that's mean 35 to 45, they are interested to participate to rural administration, Gram Sangham Sabha meetings, not for the consciousness, not to implement the democratic policies, not for the empowerment of themselves, but also to, but always they are dominated by the local.
Now, to start with, I would basically divide my paper into 3 parts. The first.
Hello.
Hello, Pavitra
Hello,
sir.
I think Pavitra has some
Hello,
problem.
Pavitra sir. Hello, Pavitra
Hello,
sir.
sir. I think Pavitra has some
Hello,
problem.
Pavitra sir. Hello, Pavitra sir. We are waiting for him for 1 minute.
Tribal women in Panchayati Raj institutions, a study of Jalpaiguri district. Political participation, the term has a very wide meaning. It is not only related to right to vote, but also relates to participation, political activism, and political consciousness, and so many terms are related to there. The Constitution of India attempts to remove gender inequalities, reserving the post for women. To reduce gender inequality in politics, the India government has instituted local governance. The 73rd constitutional amendment for women in political participation and decision making at the grassroots level. The government implements
first prime minister and our country in the